Welcome back to you for another yummy update, my friends. Bitcoin at around 87,000 American dollars today. It hit 88. This is the weekly chart as well. So it's nicely holding this structure, the weekly structure, the monthly structure. Remember, I've personally just written off the whole month of April. Here is Ethereum. Ethereum, man, is still bad, friends. It's really, 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 really bad, man. It is really bad. I don't talk like that about any, man. It is such a nightmare. ETH BTC is making new lows, record lows. Here you are. I mean, it's come back, friends, to August 2019. Friends, I bought it here back in 2019, man. I bought it. There was burning, there was DeFi made, there was Uniswap made. Everything came out after that, right? And then it didn't matter. It's come reverse the whole move back down. This is how sad it is, man. It's all the way back down, friends. It's now at the same price it was February 2016. This is markets though, man. They do that. Now, is there going to be a snapback? Probably, but how much can he snap back? Just back to here, third cycle curse. Third cycle curse, my friends. It's a real thing, isn't it? Yeah, so pretty much next cycle, don't buy BNB, don't buy Solana, don't buy Chainlink, don't buy anything DeFi. DeFi coins, third cycle, next cycle going to be wrecked. Do you want to take that chance, by the way? Yes, some of them is going to do okay. Which one, though? Which ones are going to be? I'm not touching anything third cycle. I've seen enough of this shit. Because guess what? There's going to be like 100 people who are in cycle 3 stuff. 1 or 2 is going to do okay. The rest are going to be totally bonked. And if they do well, it's like end of the cycle anyway, like deep in 2029. Now, I'm sure you've heard of the day Pumpy G Music, Richard Hart, has defeated the SEC for good. Like they've handed in their thing. Hopefully, friends, by the time you see this, we see like a big 300% splash up or something. But right now, price is dog shit. You only get plus 7% move in Pulse, 6% in eHEX. eHEX is 1%. Yeah, that stupid PDI is actually up 22%, not a typo. When you look at it here as well. So there's nothing else really we can do about it except, you know, praying and coping and hoping. But that's because of a few reasons which we'll go through. The Ethereum price, I just showed you ETH BTC. That's the main reason why as well. We have things out there in macro world like, you know, gold going up. But also pretty cool, friends, the US dollar has been sinking. All right, what are you thinking about, Habibi Albi? What are you thinking? I'm thinking we are due for one big old season, man. Like it's just, we're worn out, man. But like I said, friends, that's why I'm trying to keep you in the game, man. I didn't know we could even do 5 red monthly candles in a row after Trump got in. Ah, man, such a shame. But here we are, 5 red months in a row. So we had 1 green, Trump wins, and then 5 red in a row. Man, I'll tell you, friends, there's some sort of curse going on. That's stupid. Like, okay, maybe there was 3 red months, and then you return. No, bro, just 5 red months. That's bear market stuff. So, man, my friend Sommi, huh? That dark prophecy. What a scam. What I'm going to do now is just show you the US dollar chart. We can have a look at the daily of it as well. The daily of it is flopping down. It's very, very, very floppy. It's what we want to see. This is Trump style, friends. Remember, Trump wins in 2017, 16, and then we have 2 old season waves. So it is happening. But yeah, we want, obviously, like we're not going anywhere, man. We need the business cycle to go up. So yeah, overall with PulseChain as well, friends, I want to show you something, okay? And remember this. So the same people, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a few crowd callings. It's the same people, okay? It's literally the same people, right? The same people who said PulseChain would pump 10x after Richard Hart defeats the SEC, okay? They're the same people. They're like, okay, it's a group of people. But that's okay. Okay, yeah, one thing wrong. Whatever. But then they're the same people who said that Richard would never talk about eHEX and it's dead. It's the same people. Okay, interesting. Okay, maybe you're, you know, one thing we feel sorry for everyone, but the other one, like, okay, whatever, you know, maybe it's just the eHEX thing. Maybe you're fooled, whatever. Then those same people are saying PDI is dead. And we're like, okay, starting to get heated up. Then it was the same people who said that PulseChain's core coins would decorrelate from the rest of crypto and pump without Ethereum rising. You didn't need Ethereum to go up. Oh, let's detach ourselves from Ethereum. We don't need them. We're super strong. It's the same people. You notice this? And it's the same people if you listen carefully, they will be selling their PHEX because they got no eHEX because they sold it all pretty much. A lot of them. Some of us have got the eHEX. They will be selling their PHEX around 10 cents. All right? Maybe they don't sell it at 10 cents and get a bit greedy. Maybe it pokes up to 12, comes back down to 7. They're getting out. Okay? And these are the same people who keep saying, I can't wait to sell and leave. It's kind of funny. They don't see these statements back to back, but I do. And I'm like, oh, so you said all these things that you've been wrong about. Recently, you just can't stop talking about PDI, which is funny. And because they don't do this one back to back, friends. So I see a comment, and then 3 days later, I see their next comment. 3 days later, probably watching this video, by the way. I know you're watching this video. Not just one person, friends, a group of people. And I don't know if they're all friends or anything, but you all say the same thing. You all say, you can't wait for Richard to pump with the OA. Then you say you're going to sell. Then you can't wait to sell. I'm watching all these. And then you call everybody else delusional, which is the most delusional thing of all. That's funny. Like, you're the one, you think a guy is playing 9-dimensional chess, and that Richard, who also wears a top hat, you think he's so stupid, he doesn't know that you can't wait to click sell on him and leave. Maybe he's playing a different game. Maybe the game he's going to play is not that what everyone expects. What does everyone expect? 94% of the PulseChain community expect Richard Hart to use the Ethereum origin address sacrifice funds, buy the core coins, it goes up, and they all click sell and walk away. That's what they're expecting. They have 100%. And it's funny, it's the same people go around calling everybody else stupid and everybody else delusional. Like, bro, you are so trapped. You are so trapped. I hope you don't cheat your bags early, by the way. It's interesting. It's always the same people. You will never see me in the same room as them. Chess. Now, if you're interested as well, friends, so the SEC with the amendment and everything with Richard Hart, that's obviously the biggest news of all. Also, the SEC officially put in Paulie Boo Atkins. So Paulie Boo Atkins is the new SEC chairman. No more Gary Gensler. Paulie Boo was told by Donald Pump, do light touch regulation. Okay? No choking, no spitting in the mouth, no slapping, no gag balls, nothing on the whip, no hot candle wax stuff, not even nipple pegging. Light touch means light touch. Maybe just licking. Maybe. That's a very, very, very light touch. Right? Maybe gentle hair caressing. Maybe smelling is okay. Light touch only. Light touch regulation, it pretty much means it's crime season, baby. Thing is, though, so many people have left crypto. We're like, okay, it's crime season, but there's nobody to rob. And there's no money to rob. Which is kind of funny. Let's actually crank it a bit. Oh, yeah. You belong to me. Belong to me. All right. This is the Pulse PLS price chart, friends. I have it now. This is Pulse PLS. This red area, that's where the SEC pretty much attacked PulseChain. It's around SAC1 price, day one SAC price. We dropped down, came up, dropped down, lower high, and we are now here. Okay, so we need about a 3x just to get back to where the SEC originally came back from. Man, it's kind of funny. There's so many people. I'm going to completely ghost them. I don't talk about scum, okay? Scum waters. No, let me say that again. Scum grows when you water it. All right? Scum grows when you water it. I don't want to water scum. You skip leg day, pencil neck, noodle arm, bug eating, soy latte sipping, subhuman filth. These same people, friends, I remember I entertained the thought. I remember this. I'll never forget this. I literally said, guys, learn from the XRP case. I told you, I really want PulseChain to pump high after the SEC, but like I wouldn't be surprised if it just does a U-turn and it doesn't do what you think it does. And I also have said, if Richard streams, it probably won't do what you think it does. I remember just a few people, friends, I'm just like, you know what? They open their mouth too much, and now they are embarrassed. We are literally down 65% after that. So I know what everyone's feeling. They're feeling muted and disappointed. But I really hope someone comes in, the Vietnamese kid comes in, and he starts bridging back money, starts pumping it up. Very funny. Also funny, a young Ivan on Tech many years ago, 2017 or 2018 with Richard Hart.
Every time it does this 65% drop crap, it's a 2 or 3 year bear market. You want to sit through a 2 or 3 year bear market with a 90% drop? I've done it a couple times. To tell you the truth, I'm fucking sick of it. Every time it does this 65.
Brother, you're sick of it back then. Look what we've gone through. It's not 2 or 3 years. This is now 5 years. Also funny, capturing this of the day. I mean, friends, it is just, isn't this a bit of poetic, comical, funny? Like, bro, the coin that's up the most is PDI. Explain that. Richard Hart defeated the SEC. PDI's up the most. Oh man, that's so good. That's funny. That's the funniest thing of all. Oh man. Also, more relevant news as well. BankX, friends. So BankX have done some silver news. Remember, BankX had 880 million eHEX, which is a big amount, that were given to it by God Whale. We don't know. Was that orchestrated? It seems weird. See, remember eHEX, friends, many people thought it was dead. They left. They've been dumping along the way. 1 month ago, so in March 2024, Richard did all the anti-eHEX FUD tweets. Now, I did not know he was shaking them out at the time. I didn't know. If you go back and watch me, I said, you know what? 99% of you on one side. I'm showing my face on the camera. I'm standing my ground. You can all suck it. You're all a bunch of scum. And you know why, friends? You know why? Okay. I shouldn't call you scum. It's just, we're having fun. You know, we're in the temple. We're fighting over. No, I have the right scripture. When the green candles come, everyone's having fun. But you gotta understand something, all right? At the time, I didn't know Richard was shaking anyone out. I didn't even have a feeling at all. I didn't even think about that concept, okay? I didn't know anything. All I saw were the same soy boy, soy latte. By the way, you are scum. Okay, Richard doesn't like you. Just to let you know, a lot of first cycle hexagons, just so you haven't figured it out yet, Richard doesn't like a lot of you, okay? I don't know if he doesn't like you as a people or he doesn't like what you've become. I don't know that. So I don't know because like, what you've become, it's kind of like, well, you're just a product of the red monthly candles. I don't know what it is. Maybe he just doesn't like how if he says go left, you automatically go left, no matter how strong the idea is. Maybe he doesn't like that. But it's very, very apparent he doesn't like his. But I don't know what it's from. Maybe he's just like, oh, maybe it's not like, maybe I just got to adapt. I want a new type of spirit. I want people who never leave this land. I want people who are here for the ideas. They're here for the tech, right? Even if I take a holiday and I disappear, I don't want them to go. I want them to stay here, right? So it's kind of like, do you believe in Christopher Columbus or do you believe in like freedom and liberty or in George Washington or freedom and liberty? Like, you know, you like, oh, George Washington said, okay, I'm leaving America. Let me go back to England, right? I think like, you know, the principles and that's what everything is most important. So I didn't know he was shaking anyone out. I stood my ground. Why did I stand my ground? I was getting messages from people. I remember friends like Carly, shout out to Carly Boo. Many of you were messaging me, friends, and they were using the sad face emoji. And they don't use me this. I'm like, who got you to use sad face emoji, man? That hurts. You know the sad face them? They're using that emoji. Not one people, friends, like dozens. And you know what they were saying? They were saying, hey, help me. Like, I'm just like, oh, I'm a divorced mum, or like I've got my grandma in or whatever. I'm serious. Yeah, it was like, oh, I got my auntie and uncle in. They're saying, why did Richard do this? Like, we didn't know that this could happen. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, you know what? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. You're telling me that your grandma or your auntie or your friend or your brother, who's not even really in crypto, they've done this stake. And now the optimal thing to do was to have Richard on Twitter notifications all day for a year and a half to see that he changed his mind about eHEX. That was the optimal play. That doesn't, but Hex was invented to give you time. It's a long-term stake. That makes no sense. Now, me, because I'm a peanut brain, did not know he was shaking anyone out at the time. All right? He probably just did that, get rid of BankX eHEX supply. Maybe just did that, okay? But that's why I stood my ground. Because I stood up for people who I think they made the right decision, and now they felt like they got cucked. And I stood my ground. All right? So that's what I did. But when I was doing it, it's very similar to PDI, actually, right now. When I was doing it, people made this a lot of, every day was a new false rumor. They said, Sommi had 100% eHEX. allocation. Sommi lost everything on eHEX. He needs it to go up. He's going to dump literally everything you can imagine. They just made all these false rumors. They go, oh, he lost everything. Oh, his followers lost everything. Oh, he's secretly accepting payments, blah, 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 blah. They're just saying all this other stuff. And I was like, no, I'm standing up for the little guy, girl, pup, squirrel. Okay, the forgotten ones. I'm standing up for the downtrodden. Even though I'm going to be all right if eHEX goes to 0. I will be fine, but they won't be. They thought they were doing the right thing. I'm standing up for them. And it was funny, friends. There was no climax. You know, like in Gladiator, you got to kill the final dude at the end. You know, there was no final boss, friends. This is the eHEX pulse ratio. It did end up reversing. It's still alive. By the way, USD price is still dog shit like everything else. But it's the same as PHEX, by the way. Okay? And then, like, it doesn't even matter what happens after that in terms of price chart so far because Richard used the origin address to save eHEX's yield. And a few times, he called eHEX. He just called it hex. And he took one of my talking points that no one has pointed out but me. I said, hex is the last source of protein on Ethereum. We should like championing it there. It's like the last place. It's like the conduit bridge, right, on the chain. At least something is there for Ethereum City. That's a perspective. We've got better stuff, but at least something is there. It's kind of like if you believe Coca-Cola is the best drink ever and you live in a Coca-Cola fountain factory. Okay, but maybe there's a vending machine out there. That's like the last thing out there because they just have soy milk, room temperature water, right? They don't have any Coca-Cola, okay? So I was using that example. And he actually did reference that once in terms of like, oh, at least Ethereum have something there for them, right? So now you get to see all that shakeout and all that news and how we got to where we are today, friends. BankX, remember, they're still selling their supply. They sent 100 million eHEX. Now, I'll get all these friends. I don't check this stuff. People send the screenshots. I just report them. I don't go do this wallet watching stuff. It's just weird. Not just weird as well. It's kind of like, oh, information. Like, do you understand? Man, there's literally no edge in it, dude. There's literally no edge. Friends, the thing is, this is why there's a lot of no edge. Someone can put $10,000 into a coin. They will still sell it down 95% to get their 500 bucks. Okay, and someone can be given $10,000 of a coin and they'll still sell it when it goes down in value to 500 bucks. I've seen that. People literally sell based off emotions because you can't predict the emotion in on-chain. It's not really giving you all the answers. That's why to do that, all right? So hopefully eHEX gets to get rid of their supply. Sorry, BankX as well. They have 190 million left and they've just sent 100 of that million. So about half. Okay, and they might be actively dumping, but they started doing it as soon as Richard Hart defeated the SEC. It's kind of like they're waiting for the sell the news. They were waiting for it. Like as soon as he wins, oh, okay, cool, time to sell. It kind of sucks, man. It's kind of like, you know, just a bit of a buzzkill. But, you know, it's markets, man. People do whatever they want to do. And remember, I'm just reporting this for your own information's sake to know what the supply is out. Yeah, just rubs you a bit the wrong way, man. That's like not a nice feeling. Just, you know, like, oh, I'm going to sell the news after the long-awaited 1.5 years of pain. We finally get this news. But you do want them to sell down here. Rather sell here than like 20x higher because you need more money to cover them higher. I want to show you this as well, friends. So this is Uncle Bobby Lucas talking about the US dollar getting smoked from new highs to failed weekly cycles within 14 weeks. So hopefully this does continue lower. That's the ultimate macro play, right? I've got more stuff coming out here, friends. Look, I still think, and I don't know shit, okay? But I feel like it's a stable coin super cycle and a meme coin super cycle. Now, I don't know how it's going to play out. Maybe not all the memes come back. I don't know. Just it feels like it's like two perfect things in your hand, okay? Some people like nuts. Some people like bosoms. Some people like cherries, oranges, whatever you want. I feel like there's two here. Remember, we've got two Pokeballs. We've got a lollipop and a Pokeball. Like, you got a stable coin super cycle and a meme coin super cycle. The meme coin is just, well, we're punting. And then the stable coin super cycle, unfortunately, they're all in the business of supplying the stable coins to get the yield and dump on everyone. But maybe there is a controversial, stupid coin that may or may not have a narrative around it. So it'll be funny to see how it plays out. Don't forget it loves you, friends. So, like I've said, I've written off April. Yeah, I've told you. I've written off April. I don't expect much. Bitcoin's going up. Ethereum can't even move. Ethereum has actually rent. I'm literally looking at my charts right now. On the 4-hour charts, Bitcoin's going up and Ethereum is actually like going down. Ethereum is still 1,570 bucks. You piece of shit. You freaking scam. What can you do, man? This is just life, friends. Life kicks you in the nuts. You get back up, then it blows a bullet in your head. What can you do? Having fun here. Like, subscribe, belly button on. Catch you soon.